Anime War is a series I created 7 years ago. I can't believe that much time has passed. It started out as Goku vs. Saitama with 9 episodes, and then it turned into Anime War, which brought in more characters, a powerful group of evil gods to fight against, and the threat of the world at stake. These videos were crazy popular. I'm talking 20 plus million views. There was one video I had with Goku turning into his highest form. It had 80 million views, 80 million. That was absolutely crazy. People loved that video. It went so mega viral. And then it all came crashing down when Toei Animation decided we don't want this on the internet anymore. And they blocked it all. They took it all down. And that was a wrap. I wasn't even going to do the final episode, but the pressure from the fans of Anime War was so strong that they literally wouldn't give any other video of mine a chance. And I remember making the video after the first 12 episodes got taken down, and we were on the final episode. I had already created about 6 minutes animation for it, and I was working towards it, and then the whole series got taken down. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna, spend another year working on the final episode, and then they just take it down. But the pressure from the fan base was crazy, man. I mean, they literally were just suffocating me. They wouldn't let me not do it. And it was painful because there was a lot of other content I wanted to create, and they really turned against me, man. They were so against me for making anything that wasn't the final episode, even though I made a video saying yo, I could get sued for this. I need to protect my family first. And the comments on that video were actually really good. People were understanding. But as time progressed and there was no final episode of Anime War, people started getting really malicious, man. It was what have I created? People are they're so angry at me for not creating the final episode. Obviously, you think I want this to happen to me? Of course not. It got so bad that I eventually just said, F it. And I just buckled down, and it took me about 10 months, and I finished the final episode. I aired it, and it was only up for 3 hours before Toei took it down. And ultimately, that's the main reason why I'm not going to make more Anime War. If a company has the ability to just push a button and delete a year's worth of your work, don't do the year's worth of work, bro. But the thing about animation is when you're working on one, you just hate it so much, you just want to stop. And when you're not working on animation, you can't stop thinking about what's the next animation you want to make. And trust me, there's so many videos I want to do. I want to do Saitama vs. God. I want to do Gohan Beast vs. Ultra Instinct Goku. But it's just it's really dangerous, man. It's not just something I can cook up in a day. It puts a lot of pressure on my family, on my business, and ultimately I can get in trouble for it. And that's what it boils down to. A lot of other YouTubers, they still profit heavily off of, derivative work. And they haven't gotten in trouble yet. I did. Maybe, they were trying to make an example out of me or whatever, but long story short, they have their eye on me. So I'm not the person that, is going to make stuff like that. But luckily, there's a lot of other YouTubers who are making some fantastic animations. Eat Toy Like One is basically rebooting Goku vs. Saitama, but instead of evil gods, it's the Marvel Universe. Although I think they're all being controlled by some sort of evil god. So I had to make a decision because I can't do any more Anime War and making fan animations is risky. What am I going to do, right? So I made the decision to make my own anime. And let me just say that here, anybody can make their own anime with a lot of work and a lot of money. You just hire the right people, you can get it done. If you have enough cash and enough time, you can make your own comic and story. Now, whether or not it sells and people are interested, that's another story. So that's what I'm facing right now and what I'm starting to learn, because this Demon Rush is the first real product I've created. And that's my own anime, manga, and trading card game. We released it last year, and it's done pretty well, but we sold out of booster packs. Obviously, it's not become a global phenomenon, but that is the dream of everyone who creates their own story, right? And what I'm starting to find out is nobody cares about your story. They don't care about your comic. And I still get a lot of comments on a daily basis on Demon Rush content and any kind of content, but especially Demon Rush content is kind of those angry Anime War fans that are just nobody cares about your stupid demon anime, just make more Anime War. And these people who leave these kind of comments, they don't understand that I have a family and a dream and a business. I want to make my own story and I want to make it popular. And it's extremely hard because they're right. I mean, you got to realize that the majority of people that they want stuff like, Goku versus One Punch Man, anime war type stuff, because those stories have years and years and years of episodes, movies, character building, and comedy that has gotten you so attached to those characters. It's only because of that attachment to someone like Goku that if you can just put Goku in a thumbnail, it doesn't even matter what the video is, you're gonna get views. And ultimately, that's what people want to see more Goku. They don't want to really get invested in new characters unless all their friends are talking about it. If everybody's talking about this is the new cool thing to talk about, then people will talk about it. And marketers have been trying to figure out how to make this the next cool thing forever. A lot of people think it's really just luck. I think it's mainly luck, but with a combination that you can push in the right direction with both money and influence, obviously. Take a look at Prime Energy Drink, right? But let me tell you something. When people say they don't care about Demon Rush, they don't want Demon Rush to stop putting it on the channel and this and that. That just makes me want to make more of it. You guys have to realize what kind of person I am and what it took to get to this point. The amount of hate that I got for making Anime War just pushed me to make more. My brain works in reverse. Like, I don't get discouraged reading that sort of stuff. That makes me be like, oh yeah, I'm going to show you. You don't want to watch Demon Rush? Well, I'm going to pump out so much Demon Rush that you just can't ignore it anymore. That's the kind of person I am. Now, I'm getting ready to release a 5 or 6 minute 2D animation of Demon Rush, and this will be the best Demon Rush you've ever seen by far. We got an Attack on Titan animator. We got a little mini animation studio helping out. We have some really quality content coming for Demon Rush, and I'm hoping that this animation will spur some excitement from people, especially the Anime War crowd. Perhaps they don't want to read the manga, they don't want to play the trading card game, but they love anime, and they'll give it a shot if, we keep releasing Demon Rush anime. But you also have to realize the reason why the Demon Rush stuff isn't coming out like 30-minute episodes or movies and all this stuff, or at least Anime War length, is because making your own original anime is 1,000 times harder than making a fan animation. You have so many different variables that you have to account for. Whereas if you're making a fan animation, you know what their voices are like, you know what their attacks are like, you know what the animation's like, you know what the anatomy is like, you know everything about it. Like, that's all built for you. So when you make the fan animation, not only are you able to use all that stuff, but you also are able to pull on the emotions of the fan base that's already attached to those characters because of 30 years of anime and more. So trying to compete with that is like impossible. But if you don't try, it's never going to happen, right? So in life, you can have big dreams and you can chase them. And sometimes you fail, and that's okay. Like, I have failed many times before in life, and that's okay because that has created who I am today. Every time you fail, you improve and you get stronger. Like, I wrote a book, it failed miserably, and that's okay. My Mastar Media YouTube channel was like my 5th or 6th YouTube channel. So I'm not saying Demon Rush is failing. I'm just telling you that I'm not going to quit, motherfuckers. I'm not quitting on my dream. To me, it's one of the only things that matters, really. Like, work on your dream and make your child happy, keep your family happy and healthy. Nothing else really matters, man. As long as I can keep my family happy and healthy, then I'm going to keep working on Demon Rush and spending money on it. I think Demon Rush is more of like a 10-year project. I think a lot of people thought that, oh, you just expected to release it and it would just take over the world. Who wouldn't hope for more virality? But you have to realize, like, no manga, I think ever, unless it's like a one-shot, got worldwide fame or popular status from one chapter. It takes like 40 chapters of building the story and the characters and everything to get people start attached and start talking about it, sharing panels on social media and get people invested. If you look at like Chainsaw Man or One Punch Man or whatever, like, it takes a long time. I mean, the West didn't even know about One Punch Man until we started getting the anime, right? So it takes and that went through the webcomic and then the manga and then the anime adaptation. So that was a really long period of time before it turned into anything, right? And that's all I'm really trying to say to you guys is, like, you can't expect something like your own story or your own anime or manga to just blow up and people to actually care about it, because they don't. The thing you got to realize is you probably have to invest something like 10 years into your product and slowly accrue a loyal fan base before all that magic starts happening, that organic growth starts to spread. I'm not giving up on Demon Rush, and yes, maybe it's not pulling in the views that Anime War was back in the day, but the thing is that no company can touch me for it. I have it trademarked. I have my own music, my own animation, my own videos. They can't touch me anymore. And for me, that's one of the biggest, most important things because, dude, when I was making like all these Dragon Ball videos, when Dragon Ball Super was going on and making Anime War videos, you get these 3 a.m. Gmails and you're just like, fuck, man. Because like, it's like one of your videos just got taken down or copyright striked. And it's just living under that constant anxiety of like, when is my channel going to get terminated? You know, like, because even if it's not your fault, like if it's fair use here in the West, but it's not fair use in Japan, like they used to let the Japanese companies just delete your channel. And since then, that's changed a little bit. We can fight back a little bit better now, but I've seen some crazy lawsuits out of Japan. There was a guy who was doing like a Pokemon Abridged and he got like hardcore sued by Japan. Like they somehow were able to do some court order to really screw him over. I don't remember the full story, but I'm sure you can, if you look it up on YouTube, you can find it. But I'm just saying, like, it's dangerous, man. Like messing with these Japanese companies' IP is really dangerous. We know Nintendo sues their own fan bases for like holding tournaments. Toei, they do not want people making fan art, fan animations, none of that. They despise it with a passion. And so, you know, while Dragon Ball Super going on was so much fun and it was so exciting, you know, it was fun to make all those videos. Trust me, I had a blast. Like, there's really no future in it, man. I mean, it's just a ticking time bomb waiting to blow up in your face. And to be honest, I think I got incredibly lucky that Toei didn't strike down all of Anime War. They just simply blocked it. You know, they gave me a slap on the wrist. Like, I should be grateful, and I am, because they could have easily tried to just delete my channel. And to be honest, I don't know if I would have gotten that much support to bring it back, because so many people hated Anime War so much, and they were so vocal about it on Twitter. You wouldn't believe it, man. I mean, it was like this poison that people were trying to get removed from the internet, and they were celebrating, you know, when it got taken down. But, you know, I don't really frown upon it, man. I mean, it was a huge learning experience for me. Like, God, I learned so much, and it was really fun, man. Those Anime War weekends we had with, like, you know, 25,000 live viewers, and people were going crazy. People loved it, man. We had such good times making this show together, and it's a shame it's not up anymore. I mean, you can still watch people's reactions of it and stuff. Like, it's not on my channel. I mean, a lot of times I just go on YouTube and I'll just watch people react to the final episode, because I thought it was beautiful, man. I mean, that was some of my best work. Really, like, I don't know how in the hell we were able to throw that episode together in a year under the threat of Toei, and it took a lot of balls to pull that off, man. A lot. It was only up for 3 hours. Like, that's just crazy. Like, but that's the thing, is like, people are like, just make more Anime War. Don't make this demon stuff. Make more Anime War. It's like, dude, would you work an entire year to make something for 3 hours and then it goes away? Like, nobody would do that. Like, nobody, you know, and under the threat of being sued, or you can win, but you still have to pay a lot of court fees, and nobody wants to go through that. It's highly stressful and expensive. So yeah, I don't want to get freaking sued, man. I got a family to look out for. And Demon Rush has infinite potential. So maybe people can't see it now, but one of the first ever videos I made, I believed in myself so much when nobody else believed in me. And I was able to make YouTube happen. And I feel strongly that the same thing is happening with Demon Rush. I believe so strongly in myself and in Demon Rush, but the rest of my main YouTube channel fan base doesn't really believe in it yet. But I think they will. I just think I have to keep pushing, and maybe 7 more years of chapters and people will finally start to come around. So what that means for me is, if I'm going to keep dumping money into Demon Rush, I need to do better on the main channel. To be honest, I'm not really sure like what kind of content I want to make right now, because the ad rates are really low on YouTube, and I feel like viewership has kind of like shifted a lot, especially because TikTok gave our younger generation goldfish brain. The age of like the 10-minute video is over, and now they really want like 1-hour videos. So we're seeing from a lot of these super high rising channels, they post a 1-hour video every day. It's like, dude, I don't know how in the hell I can compete with that. But if I wanted to bring my channel back from algorithm hell, which it's been suffering for ever since Dragon Ball Super ended, pretty much, I would have to make more animations. And if I make more animations, I threaten the entirety of my channel and potentially more than that. I wish Demon Rush made more money and I could just go full time on it. It's not there yet. I mean, it's going to be a long-term project, but you know, if you have big dreams, you got to put in big work, man. It's not going to be something simple. It's not going to come easy. I'm going to have to work incredibly hard for it. I'm going to have to just get fans for Demon Rush person by person, one by one. And that's okay. That's okay with me. And I'm going to do it until this thing succeeds. You have to understand what kind of mentality I have, man. I don't give up. If I want something, I'm getting that fucking thing. Like no matter what, I'm getting it. I will adapt. I will change. I will modify. I'll do whatever it takes. If I really, really, really want something, I'm getting it. That's just who I am. I want my own series, Demon Rush, to be globally popular. Both the trading card game, the manga, I want a full-fledged anime. I want to walk down the red carpet to a movie of Demon Rush. That's what I want. Am I going to give up on that and make more anime war and get myself into trouble? Hell no, man. There's no point. There's absolutely no point. But I think I can make better content on the main channel. I think I need to, and I'm working on that. If you came here looking for more anime war, unfortunately, it's just not going to happen, dude. Like I can't, unless I made all the characters not those characters, like change their faces and stuff, but then I don't think anybody would watch it and it would be stupid anyway. I'd just rather make my own show, man. I mean, that's always been my dream since I was a kid, was to have my own show. And Anime War was like a stepping stone to get introduced to the world of, you know, animation and production and stuff like that. Now I'm introduced, my foot's in the door, and we're making the real thing now. So I'm extremely proud of Demon Rush. I can't wait to show you guys our new anime. And I really know you guys are going to be blown away. I'm just asking you to give it a chance.